alongside him. Trips receivers in a bunch to the right. Shepard under some pressure, throws, it's complete. Complete to Harris. And Harris out to the 41-yard line with Jacob Casey around his ankles. Javaris Harris with the reception. He had 16 catches coming into this game, 2 for touchdowns. Gain was 5. 2nd and 5, and the clock keeps going. Time running out on Trinity Catholic, down by 16. Approaching 8.5 minutes to go.
Huge 3rd down right here. I mean, this is really a Trinity Catholic's not their last chance, but certainly their best chance to get the ball back with plenty of time left. Shepard
out of the shotgun. Feels some pressure and throws it long and incomplete. Intended for Antavius Wilson. Covered well by Antonio Allen. And it'll be a punting situation for Pahokee.
Well, last year in the 2005 football finals, Trinity Catholic and Pahokee played obviously a high-scoring game. One of the longest games in the history of football finals as far as time-wise, and the one reason it was that way is Pahokee would never give up. They'd keep throwing it, and you can expect John Brantley, his offense, to continue to throw it. This game is working its way towards a pretty long time mark.
Here's Jose Rodriguez. Gets the punt away, a low driving kick taken by Armando Allen. Make it LaCorn. LaCorn across the 40, trying to dance away from a couple of tacklers. Still on his feet. Boy, he is tough to bring down. Up to the 41-yard line. That's where they'll start 1st and 10. Special teams tackle from Brandon Hawthorne. Here's some sounds of the game from Trinity Catholic coach Kerwin Bell.
We don't go, excellent. We don't go take left over, take right over. We'll go 124. Ex-Corker, so look for him on the corner. Okay. The outside guy, which would be Patrick. He's going to give a good post move corner. Slot dragster. Okay. So Dion don't go pick for him. If he ain't there, here comes him in the same side. Okay.
What about
70, slot, Corker, X, cross. Kings, 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 Kings. Let's go hum, empty right, scat, scat, burst, H, dragster.
You're an X, the route.
All right, back to action from the 41-yard line. Brantley throws complete to his tight end, Lex Peak. Peak across midfield, skips out of 1 tackle and inside the 35 to the 34-yard line before Jacoby Love came back to make the tackle, but a huge play to the tight end, 25 yards.
Yeah, Lex Peak had a big play in last year's game. The outstanding tight end at times have called upon him to stay in and block today and protect. There you see his numbers still highly recruited. Some of those blowout games not getting to play much in the 2nd half, but that was a huge play for him right there on the drag route across, a little shallow cross, tight end, wide drag across the field. Big play for Trinity Catholic.
1st down for the Celtics, who desperately need a touchdown, and movement up front, flags down. By the way, during that sounds of the game, did I hear Kerwin Bell say pick?
Yes.
Does he teach a pick play?
Absolutely. It's pick, like a hair pick.
Uh-huh.
Check it out, the last play to Lex Peak that got him down here and maybe have a chance to come back in the game. He's going to come, we pause it right here. He's going to come right across the middle underneath the coverage and see everybody's going the other way. Well, that's somewhat of a pick play, and there he is, wide open. Lex Peak, the big tight end, making a play, giving Trinity Catholic some hope here down the stretch to maybe get back into this game with a 2-point conversion, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
I believe we had a sideline warning, so there is no false start. The official on our side of the field, the near side, was warning Trinity Catholic sideline, so there really was no flag for illegal procedure. It remains 1st and 10. Brantley with play action under pressure, and Hobson has him again. The knee was down. Brantley seemed to think he wasn't down, but Hobson picks up sack number 2 to go along with a block punt. Casey Hobson with 7 sacks coming into this game picks up his 2nd of the day, 5th of the day for Pahokee.
John Brantley thought his knee wasn't down. He was just trying to avoid the guy. He wasn't going to take the sack. He was trying to go underneath Hobson and come up and throw the deep post route. Let's take a look at it again. Off the edge. Tight end's got to bump outside, or the extra lineman there. He's got to bump outside, and he was down.
We'll make it 2nd and 18. Brantley out of the shotgun. Throwing long for Nelson, who makes the catch at the 19-yard line. Patrick Nelson, the 6'3", 190-pound senior, finally beating the coverage of Dwight Bentley. And that's a first down and a huge one for Trinity Catholic. 23 yards.
Good job of just hanging in there and finding him, showing the arm strength. Here you see him in the shotgun formation. Once again, pressure. Hobson beats the offensive lineman, and Nelson makes the catch. Number 88, Reuben Brown, is in there at the second tight end spot. He plays defensive line for them, and he's had his hands full with Hobson here in the second half.
6:37 left to go in the game. Brantley, straight drop back. Pass is tipped and falls incomplete. Tipped by McConnor Regis. Haven't called his name a whole lot today, and he is an absolute stud player. 26 tackles for loss and 10 sacks. The cousin of Anquan Bolden, the former Pahokee and FSU star.
This is definitely 4 down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're too late in the game to look at field goal and think of 3 possessions. You have to have a touchdown or the 2-point conversion to make it an 8-point game. So you've got your best ball plays on, and you're calling them as if you have 4 opportunities to pick up the first down and then to get into the end zone.
2 tight ends in as Rudell Small gets the football and picks up yardage to the 14-yard line, a gain of 5 before Michael Woodfolk make the tackle.
Good tackle by Woodfolk there. It looked like Small was going to run through that tackle, maybe pick up a touchdown, but number 15, the senior, those defensive backs have really played well today, and that was a good job of hanging on, because that would have been a touchdown if he doesn't hang on for that tackle.
Approaching 6 minutes to go, and obviously 4 down territory. Trinity Catholic, look at that average per game. Well, they're the only team to score on Pahokee in the postseason. Pahokee had 3 straight shutouts coming into this title game. On 3rd and 5, and whistles will blow this play dead. We have a flag down at the 19-yard line.
Well, you get to the finals, you usually have 2 great teams. They're here for a reason, and both of them have great defenses.
It's a little bit different than last year's game, which was 37-30. Looks like this is an encroachment call, and it will bring Trinity Catholic very close to a first down. Kerwin Bell and Leroy Foster. They're about a half a yard, maybe the length of a football, short of a first down.
And that lollipop's gone now. He's too many penalties, and now his defense makes a penalty. His offense been shooting themselves in the foot. Now his defense makes a penalty.
Double tight end on 3rd and short. LaCorn in motion. Hand off to Rudell Small. Small trying to spin away. Still on his feet. Still going. And Rudell Small will get into the end zone on what should have been a tackle for a loss. Rudell Small scores from 10 yards out. And Trinity has a shot.
Almost a disastrous play running wide on 3rd and short. It looked like he was going to lose 6 or 7 yards. But the little man, Rudell Small, the one Coach Bell compares to Emmitt Smith, makes a huge play. And now they'll go for 2 to try to cut it to 8. Look, very well defended by Pahokee on the perimeter. There you see Hobson again, but he doesn't wrap him up. Look at him keep his pads down. He won't go down. And then once he gets through that wave of Pahokee Blue Devils, he finds pay dirt, touchdown, Trinity Catholic.
Boy, a good 5 guys at least had a shot at him. Now we have a flag down before the 2-point conversion. Another sideline warning on Trinity.
We have a sideline warning on the Trinity Catholic.
Rudell Small, LIC on that play, large and in charge. The touchdown run brings it to a 19-9 ball game pending the 2-point conversion. Double tight end, double wide receiver for the Celtics. Small, the running back. Again, it's Small to the goal line and in for the 2-point conversion. That makes it 19-11, and it's a 1-score ball game with 5:37 left to go in the 4th quarter. Trinity Catholic is back in it. They move 59 yards. Rudell Small finishes it off with a touchdown run, and Trinity Catholic back in it against Pahokee. There's Rudell Small, who scored the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. First touchdown today for Trinity Catholic, and it's a 19-11 game with 5:37 remaining. There's your scoring drive brought to you by Dodge. 6 plays, 59 yards in 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Small given credit for a 10-yard touchdown run and the 2-point conversion. Rudell Small, 19 carries for 44 yards. It's been tough sledding against this Pahokee defense, but they finally break through, Brady.
Yeah, and Pahokee's expecting an onside kick, but I think with this kind of time, you probably kick it deep.
John Paglia kicks it off. Back to the goal line, and on the return, Jamarlo Rawls gets only to the 12-yard line.
Wow, that was crucial because they were expecting an onside kick, had 10 guys up, so he had no protection back there. I thought he got carried into the end zone with his momentum, or at least 1 foot into the end zone, but they did not rule it a touchback, and so Pahokee's going to have tough field position. Take a look at it. If he goes into the end zone right there, he's clearly inside the end zone. That should have been a touchback, and they should have had the ball at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I agree.
Tough break for Leroy Foster and his team, and now the Trinity Catholic fans are into it. Pahokee fans not into it right now like they were used to seeing. The band hasn't been cranked up. They really need to find something on offense.
Well, this may come to a dramatic conclusion as last year's State 2B title game did, with Pahokee trying to throw it into the end zone from the 15-yard line to tie it up, and they got sacked. They need some first downs here if they're going to win this football game. Janoris Jenkins with the handoff, sprints to the outside and picks up a good gain on first down as they'll mark him out at the 19-yard line. That's a gain of 7.
What I like about Jenkins is he kind of glides. You know, it doesn't look like he's moving that fast. He kind of glides his way outside. Then when he sees daylight, he gets up the field and makes positive yards. He is a natural running back when the ball is in his hands because he has an ability to find the extra gear when he sees daylight.
6 foot, 183-pound junior, and he'll be a key player in this offense and defense next year. He plays both ways, plays safety. He's made some plays from safety position today as well. 2nd and 3. Double tight end I formation. This is the fullback, Willie Jenkins. And he gets up across the 20 to the 21-yard line in the arms of Derek Zane. It'll be 3rd and 1 upcoming for Pahokee.
Let's try to go with the fullback dive there. See if they could get some positive yards.
And that's a play that they've collided on a couple of times today, so a little bit of a risky call in this crucial situation.
Yeah, it really is. When you think about the quarterback, Shepard going the wrong way one time and then Jenkins going the opposite way. But they've gotten it into 3rd and short. And when you look at the timeout situation, Trinity Catholic has 2 timeouts, still too early to use them. But if they pick up a first down here, they may start thinking about it.
3rd and 1. Trinity on the run blitz. Janoris Jenkins will have the first down out near the 25-yard line. Zane threw him back along with Armando Allen and Jacob Casey, but not before. Janoris Jenkins picks up a valuable first down.
Just a flat second half from Pahokee. They went into that big play right before the half, went up 19-3, but offensively a flat half. Let me correct myself, not defensively. Offensively, they just haven't been very comfortable. Now, they haven't had great field position a lot of times. They've started 3 series inside their 20, but in the first half, they had 2 drives of over 90 yards. They've been very flat in the second half. Right now, they're looking for their 4-minute offense. Run that 4 minutes out and deliver another state title to Muck City.
They did get in the red zone once and had a field goal block. Janoris Jenkins with the delayed handoff. Breaks free at the 30, 35. Antonio Allen finally pulls him out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A pickup of 17.
What you don't want to do if you're Trinity Catholic at this point of the game is go for the strip. You got to be solid on defense. You got to fit your gaps, and you got to bring this outstanding tailback down. Janoris Jenkins now over 100 yards. Very, very elusive runner. Watch him right here. Off tackle, makes the first guy miss. That could have been a tackle for loss. Then uses his speed. Notice the extra gear. Gets up the speed, gets up the field, picks up the first down.
You know what else I've noticed, Brady, is their wide receivers do a nice job of blocking downfield, staying on their guy.
When you have a great running back, those guys love to block for him.
backup tailback in the game. It's number 44. Actually, it's the tight end, Kavensky McGee, getting a carry at tailback there, and he picked up 3 yards.
It's getting close to the critical zone, and you know, Pahokee's doing exactly what they need to do, and that's run the football, let the clock run, and pick up first downs. It's on Trinity Catholic now, and their defensive coordinator and staff, Brent Hall, and those defensive guys on the sideline to try to get their players to make a stop and get the football back for the offense.
Well, with Vincent Smith injured, splitting time with Janoris Jenkins, Jenkins has gotten the workload, and now they're using McGee, a 250-pounder, as a tailback. He gets the carry again, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Taken down by number 34, Logan Anderson, the middle linebacker. It'll be 3rd and 7.
And McGee down a little bit, but he'll pop back up. 9 guys, 9 Celtics around the line of scrimmage at the snap of the ball.
Well, interesting strategy from Leroy Foster, because he's missing one of his 2 really co-starting running backs here in the late going. With Jenkins carrying such a heavy load today, he's moved the tight end McGee, who had 2 big catches for 67 yards in the first half, including a touchdown, putting the 253-pounder at tailback and trying to grind it out.
Try to grind it out, and he's putting it in the ball in the hands of his senior. A guy knows he's going to protect the football. A guy's made plays for him, has been in this program for 4 years.
Janoris Jenkins now back in after a 2-play rest. And we have whistles to stop the clock with 2:33 to go. And I believe Pahokee is going to use a timeout.
That's a break for Trinity Catholic.
Their second timeout. They have 1 remaining. 2:33 left to go in the 4th quarter. Some drama here in the 2B title game. Pahokee hanging on to a 19-11 lead over Trinity Catholic here at Dolphin Stadium on Sun Sports. Back at Dolphin Stadium, a critical 3rd and 7 for Pahokee. Shepard dropping straight back to pass, finds Janoris Jenkins out of the backfield, and he has a first down to the Trinity Christian 47-yard line.
What a great play call. We've seen it once before today. Little dump pass, check down to the back. Watch him come out of the backfield now. Janoris Jenkins, it just slips through the defense. Short throw, almost like a little middle screen to the tailback. He picks up the first down. Great play call right there by Jonathan Johnson, the offensive coordinator for Pahokee, and went ahead and threw it. And that, if you're Trinity Catholic, that's what you want, but they couldn't get the stop.
And a pretty simple throw for your young quarterback. Not real big risk on that play. Approaching 2 minutes to go. Clock at 2:12. Shepard hands it off. Number 32 on the carry, Tyrone Hill, seeing his first action. He gains 4. Tyrone Hill in at a very critical time of the game, getting his first carry. Trinity will spend a timeout.
This drive has just been an unbelievable display of clock management, good play calling, and terrific offense for Leroy Foster, trying to run the end of the game out.
You know, we look at the rushing yards today to hold Trinity Catholic to 43. Pahokee's done a lot of damage on the ground, but Shepard with the 2 big touchdown passes. When you look at the Beef O'Brady's top 25, even though this 2B is the 2nd lowest classification in terms of school size, Pahokee comes into this game in the Beef O'Brady top 25 at number 4 among all state schools. Trinity Catholic tied for 6 with Bowles out of Jacksonville. So these are 2 of the top teams in the state, despite the fact that they don't have the big enrollment. They're the Class 2 schools. But these are terrific football teams and very well coached.
Yeah, 2 outstanding football teams. You go back to the keys, self-inflicted wounds. The block punt right now is the difference in the football game. We talked about running to win, and that has been on Pahokee's side with that statistic right now. They've been able to outrush Trinity Catholic. Can Kerwin Bell's defense step up for him late in this football game?
2nd and 6 for Pahokee. Janoris Jenkins Good tackle by Casey. Jacob Casey upended him after a gain of a yard. Now does Kerwin Bell want a timeout? He says no, not yet. It's 3rd and 5.
He wants to see if they can get the stop here, timeout, and force them to punt it. It's apples in one, oranges in the other, 6 in one, half dozen in the other. Whether you call it now, you wish you had all 3 timeouts, but you're going to lose that time anyway. It's probably better to do this so you can set up your punt block.
Each team with 1 timeout remaining. 3rd and 5 for the Blue Devils. From the Trinity Catholic 42. They're selling out on every play. Shepard will throw it. Going long, and it is caught at the 10, and McGee is in for the touchdown. Kavensky McGee with his 3rd catch of the day, his 2nd touchdown, and Pahokee going for broke. You gotta love the riverboat gambler mentality of Coach Foster.
Oh, Leroy Foster, I'm surprised he waited this long to go for it. He is a guy who will take some chances. He showed at the end of the first half that he would find a way to get into the scoring zone and put points up, and there's certainly one of your players of the game, McGee, coming out. Here it is, a play action. He's going to release him on a corner route. Just enough time to get it off. Dominic Young beating down on him. Great throw and catch. And Anthony Shepard, my man, you have made a name for yourself at that quarterback position in Pahokee.
You were reading my mind. I mean, all due respect to John Brantley, who's a great player, but this Anthony Shepard kid has impressed the heck out of me today. 3 touchdown passes, some great scrambles. Extra point is blocked. It's a dead ball in high school after the extra point. And the score remains Pahokee 25, Trinity 11. But Kavensky McGee, think about this, only 11 catches in 13 games, 3 today, 2 of them for touchdowns.
Yeah, that's just a terrific play call. And one thing in watching Leroy Foster the last 4 years and his team, he is never afraid to go for broke. Watch it right here. We'll pause it. Watch this right here. There you see him getting the separation right there on the corner of your screen. And now the corner route, just throwing it out there, letting it go. McGee knows what to do with it, gets into the end zone. Unheralded stars stepping up and making plays today for Pahokee. 3 receptions, 109 yards, and 2 touchdowns from the big fella. He's also toted the rock a little bit, and that was just a terrific play call. Remember that offensive staff arguing a little earlier? They're not arguing now, boys.
Not arguing now. Here's your scoring drive brought to you by Dodge, and you talk about a key situation. 10 plays. They started on their 12-yard line after the short kickoff return, needing some first downs really to try and shorten the game up. Instead, they go 10 plays, 88 yards in 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Kavensky McGee finishes it off with a 42-yard catch from Anthony Shepard. And the thing you like about Shepard, too, he hung in there against pressure on that play and just delivered it right on the money.
That was terrific poise. And Leroy Foster, go get you a lollipop. I think you're okay now.
Here's the kickoff from Rodriguez. Antonio Allen from his 3. Allen trying to come right back up the middle, gets to the 24-yard line. Taken down by number 24, Norman Griffith on the special teams. There's Anthony Shepard. Boy, what a state title game for this junior. Well, accurate yardage, touchdowns, couldn't ask for anything more.
Had 9 guys in the box. You knew you were going to get man coverage on the outside. They're trying to stop the run, but that's 2 years in a row that Trinity Catholic's pass defense has struggled against the Pahokee pass offense. 730 yards plus in 2 games passing the football against Trinity Catholic by Pahokee quarterbacks.
And toss in 34 yards rushing on 6 carries for young Mr. Shepard. Trinity from the 24 with only 1 minute and 7 left to go, and flags down. This will be an illegal substitution. I think Pahokee's got 12 on the field. Yep.
Dead ball, substitution on the defense, 5 yards, first down.
Make it a 1st and 5 from the 29. A penalty-filled second half for Pahokee, but at this point, Leroy Foster probably could care less.
Yeah, he wanted this one. He wanted it bad. Look at those scoring drives. Look at the distance against a quality defense. To be able to do that, that's pretty doggone impressive. And Kerwin Bell running Rudell small, and Coach Bell's winning streak is going to come to an end here. But he has built a program in 5 years that is ready to continue to challenge in Class 2B. Certainly in North Central Florida, they're a program that's unparalleled. He's got good young players coming back next year, but he's losing a lot of players this year. And let me go ahead and say this, Frank. He's a guy, Played, obviously, was in the Heisman Trophy race, played college and pro football, coached a little bit at the CFL level when he was the offensive coordinator while he was the quarterback. This is a guy I know some college coaches looking for some openings out there for an offensive coordinator are going to be interested in, and even some small colleges have already contacted him about a head coaching job.
Loss was 3 on the last play. Brantley going to throw it deep and overthrows. That's John Larowski. First time he's been thrown to today, but again, good double coverage by Pahokee. On the previous play, Rudell Small got thrown for a loss of 3 yards. I want to give credit where credit's due. Tay Miller, the middle linebacker, coming up with the tackle for loss, and the Pahokee fans starting to celebrate with under a minute to go and their team up by 14. And on the other side, not nearly the joy or happiness.
No, they won it last year and did a great job getting back this year. They've created a tremendous buzz in the city of Ocala with that football program. But Leroy Foster and Pahokee back on top in Class 2B, and you got to give him credit. He is a terrific coach, and that was a gutsy call. I mean, think about the call.
Oh,
if Shepard hangs on the ball half a second later, you might have a sack fumble go the other way, and you might lose your job over that. But yet he gets the touchdown, and now he's celebrating with lollipops.
On 3rd and 8, Brantley under pressure, gets it away for Nelson, incomplete. Brantley did well to escape the rush, but overthrew as Pernell McPhee put the pressure on. Brantley just 10 out of 24, does have 157 yards, but has taken 5 sacks and the 1 interception.
The 5 sacks is the number that really sits there, and he's been hit a lot of pressure from that front 7, front 5 defensive line for Leroy Foster and Pahokee. And you know, we talked at the top, there is a mutual respect among these two programs. And you've mentioned several times, Pahokee told Trinity Catholic, we'll see you there next year. Over the course of the offseason, these staffs have kind of become friends. They've seen each other at clinics, they've worked together. Leroy Foster and John Brantley's father, good friends, talk all the time. And of course, there's a respect among these two programs. You got to give it to Pahokee. It's one thing to say you're going to get back, it's another one to get back and do it, and they've done it.
Now, once again, Pahokee called for illegal substitution. Well, that's one thing Leroy Foster will look at, because a couple times they've had problems with personnel packages.
Substitution on the defense, 5 yards, 4th down.
It remains 4th down, but 4th and 3, a much more manageable 4th and 3, with 46 seconds to go for John Brantley and the Celtics of Trinity Christian. And Leroy Foster saying, can't we please just get this clock moving and get my championship? His 3rd title in 4 years. Brantley with a 3-step drop, throws for LaCorn, who makes the catch out at the 36-yard line. Forward progress to the 37, has the 1st down. And they'll stop the clock while the chains are moved. A gain of 6 yards on a play where they needed 3. So from the 37, they'll reset the yard markers and start the clock. 1 timeout remaining for Trinity Catholic. Brantley working out of the shotgun. 5-man rush for Pahokee. Throw is complete to Larowski. Larowski out near midfield, gets to the 50-yard line. Norris Jenkins made the tackle after a gain of a little over 13 yards. Again, the clock will stop. You would have to say that Dion LaCorn has not had the impact on this game that Trinity would hope.
No, and a lot of that has to do with the pressure on the quarterback.
Absolutely.
You know, he's a guy that he's got to have time to get the ball to him. And give the credit to Pahokee secondary; they've done a great job.
There's the throw for LaCorn, incomplete. Dwight Bentley on the coverage, and boy, we got to give a little bit of a shout out to Dwight Bentley, number 14. He had an interception in the first half and has really done a nice job covering these Trinity Catholic receivers. I've been very impressed by the work he's done today.
I agree with you, and give credit to their defensive staff and their secondary coach. I mean, they really, you haven't seen guys running free behind them, and that doesn't happen against a Trinity Catholic offense. You know, during the regular season, LaCorn and these guys who will play at the next level are running past people. Not today. Pahokee's been all over them for the most part the entire day.
2nd and 10 from midfield, just 18 seconds remaining. Brantley again out of the shotgun. 5-man rush. Brantley under some pressure. Steps up. Throws deep down the middle and incomplete at the goal line. Again, Bentley on the coverage. This time of Cadron Boom. And again, I said it earlier, Brady. I'll repeat it. I mean, Pahokee is dead set on not letting these guys run past him. They have not let Trinity Christian's receivers get a step on him deep all afternoon.
And that ball sailed 60 yards in the air easily for John Brantley. But once again, Leroy Foster's team doing a great job. And, you know, they did what they couldn't do a year ago, and that's they avoided the self-inflicted wounds. As we said at the top of the show, they did not turn the ball over last year. They had numerous turnovers, especially in the first half. They didn't beat themselves, and Trinity Catholic just couldn't stop the big plays and gave up a huge block punt. 3rd and 10 from midfield.
5-man rush. Brantley steps up and escapes. He should have enough for a first down, and does, inside the 30 to the 27-yard line, but that is the final play of the game. A 23-yard gain for John Brantley, but Pahokee at this point could care less. Meaningless yardage as far as the Blue Devils are concerned. It's the Pahokee Blue Devils winning the state 2B championship. The final score, Pahokee 25, Trinity 11. We'll be right back on Sun Sports. The FHSAA Class 2B Football Championship on Sun Sports has been brought to you by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Official partner of the FHSAA. By Beef O'Brady's, we're in your neighborhood. See you at Beef's. And by State Farm, proud sponsor of the State Farm Sportsmanship Program. State Farm reminds you to play strong, play hard, play fair. Back at Dolphin Stadium, the handshakes exchanged after the 2B championship game, with Pahokee winning 25-11, shutting down for the most part that Trinity Catholic offense. And there's one of the stars, Kavensky McGee, number 44.
They did it this year at Pahokee with defense. Great big plays on offense with McGee and that outstanding tight end, but also terrific defense for Pahokee, holding them to 11 points. They're the new champions once again on top of Class 2B.
3rd state title in the last 4 years for the Pahokee Blue Devils. They took the field wanting revenge for last year's loss in the title game to Trinity Catholic, and they get it. Kavensky McGee, one of the stars, and the defensive star Casey Hobson with a block punt and 2 sacks. Martavius Odom's a huge touchdown. For Brady Ackerman, our sideline reporter Bernie Gunther, producer Brett Updike, and our director Jim Holly, I'm Frank Fort saying thanks for joining us here on the Dodge High School Football Championships on Sun Sports. The final again, Pahokee 25, Trinity Catholic 11.